Hey guys, Rascalio here, finally with a new deck tech video, this time for Disney's Lorcana. This is a deck I've been playing on Pixelborn. I've been doing pretty well with it. I've been crushing all the aggro decks. I don't think I've lost to red-green evasives at all. Um, Control's kind of tough, but I've been improving at the matchup. Some of the cards in this list might look a little weird, but we'll go over them. The important thing when making your deck is to have a good game plan, especially for what I think are the three top decks in the format, which is Ruby Amethyst Control obviously, and then also Amber X aggro, just like the Amber aggro decks, and also Red Green Evasive aggro decks. Sorry. So in this deck, the way you deal with the aggro decks is you can curve Hook into Eric, into Little Tink, into Big Tink, which is, an insane curve against aggro. And then the one problem normal control decks have against aggro is even if they clear the gain board control, they don't really close out the game that fast. And then the opponents say they're on 14 lore, they just need to draw three creatures that quest for two that you don't have removal for, and then they just win. But this deck, this thing quests for three, this thing quests for three, this thing quests for three and it only costs four. Uh, this 2-drop quests for two and it discards a card. This thing quests for two and it hits evasive units. Sorry. This thing, this thing's pretty good. I didn't like it at first. I was actually playing 4 1-drop Simbas, but Simba looked really good on paper. The 1 mana 1/2 in steel where you draw a card, discard a card when you play it. Except there's no matchups you actually wanted to play it. The body wasn't relevant against aggro or mid range, and against control you'd rather just ink it and not go down the card because you're looting, you're drawing a card, discarding a card, which puts you even in cards, but you're losing the actual Simba because it's in play. It's not a good threat. It only quests for one. So I just cut them for more 5-drops. And the purpose of this deck is you stop at 5 ink most of the time, and you just slam 5s off the top. It's really good against a lot of decks. Even against control, because control, they usually want to go to 8 ink to be able to cast Elsa. Sometimes they want to go to 9 to cast Maleficent. At the very least, they want to go to 7. So by you just stopping at 5 ink and just slamming your cards instead of inking them, you're up 3 cards in the control matchup. Because, if you go to 5 ink and they go to 8 ink, that's a 3 extra cards you got to play instead of inking. You can go higher in ink. You can hard cast this Big Tank for 6 in some matchups. You can also get to the point where you have an active mirror and you draw a card that's not that great. You could just ink it, draw a card off the mirror, try again, and you get to the point where you get to 8 mana and you can go slam a 5, draw with the mirror for the really grindy games. So anyways, I showed you the curve to beat aggro. It's this is really good. It's a 3/2. It's a 1-drop that beats Simba. This is a 2-drop that beats Simba, and it lives when it beats Simba, which is insane. Uh, this card's kind of medium, but instead of so the aggro decks have their 2 lore questers and then a bodyguard to protect it. You have your challenger units and then a bodyguard to protect it. This thing also beats Simba and lives. I'm playing this card over Cheshire Cat because I think Cheshire Cat's not good. For you, those that don't know, Cheshire Cat's it's a quest for 2 for 3 mana, but it's an 0/3, but it takes out whatever banishes it with it. However, they could just have some small units or already damaged units poke into this, and because Cheshire Cat has no power, it they don't die. They only take out the 1-drop that finishes off. But this, they can't run a bunch of small guys into Kristoff. He has 3 power. It'd kill him. And Kristoff, if you need to control the board, it can again attack into Simba and kill it. And I think 2-drop Simba is one of the important cards that your deck needs to be able to deal with in the meta. In fact, I'll pull it up so you know what card I'm talking about. Oh, I think I scrolled too there. Yes. Yeah, just just this card is very good in the meta right now, so you should have a plan to deal with this card. Again, we have Little Tank, and then one of the combos in this deck, we play this Hans, and it's just very good because it helps control the board while also questing for lore. So like whenever you quest, you ping something for one. It also combos with Beast. There's a lot of 5 toughness units in this meta. Some of them are really good against this deck. Like their own big tank is a 4/5. This you're gonna lose this card like trading with their X5 a lot of the time, but it's worth it. One of the major ones this deck used to have a problem beating before I played this card was Big Aladdin, like the Lore Thief Aladdin, which I'll pull up. He's red. Get me out of here. Yeah, the guy's on the top. I didn't want to scroll. Yeah, this one. This card was really hard for my deck to beat. And now we just have Ping plus Beast takes it out. Because before, they could just sit on Big Aladdin, like hold it back, not exert it, and then you couldn't really exert because you wouldn't really be going anywhere, and Big Aladdin would take out your thing. Um, you notice there's no like grab your swords in this deck. It's because I think we're already really good against aggro, and again we get to the point where both of us run out low on cards. I just want to be slamming like 5-drop threats off the top. Whereas if I draw grab your sword, I just pass, and then they play a big unit, and my grab your swords doesn't do anything. Um, so some tips for beating control. We play 4 beasts. If it's not good, I'm doing like hand motions, like you could see them. You cannot see them. But anyways, we're playing 4 beasts. I've just been keeping my opener because the aggro matchup's really good, and I don't think you could beat the Amethyst Ruby control deck if they have an active mirror, which I will bring up mirror. Sorry, this video is like super scuffed. Is it all the way at the bottom? Do they put items at the bottom? They do, except Olaf's also here. I don't get it. Yeah, so if they have this active, it's really hard to beat. So I just keep Beast to my opener, and if I turn out I'm playing against aggro, it's just a land drop. It's ink. Another tech for beating the control deck. If I'm on the play, I just won't play my Captain Hook turn 1, because if I am against control, the card quality isn't good enough. I'd rather have it be ink. And if I'm against aggro, you're like, oh, you didn't play a hook on one. Yes, but then the aggro deck isn't on the play, so they're already disadvantaged from that. It's already a good matchup for me, and I could like play the hook later, or even I could just curve like Prince Eric into like Hercules, or sorry, Prince Eric into Tinkerbell into Tinkerbell, and I don't think they're beating that most of the time. And yeah, essentially that's the deck. I'll show you some games. Hopefully they go well. Hopefully we get some control games, because while I do have a plan for control, and I feel like it's almost even, I feel slightly unfavored, especially against the control players that just like don't play cards early, and we kind of just like sit around and they go for inking and they get their mirror active, and even if I have the beast on 5, they already drew a card off the mirror. But I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so we're on the play here. Blind, I didn't really say mulligans. You usually want to keep a hook and an Eric. Small tank, big tank if you have it. The Steel Beast I've been keeping just because control's a bad matchup. For this end, I think I'm just going mulligan everything but Flynn Rider. And we're on the play. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not gonna play my hook, but I did draw hook anyways. I'm debating which 4-drop I want to ink. I think it's Evasive Tink. It's either Evasive Tink or Hans. Um, I think it's Han. Sure, whatever. I'm just gonna pass. If my opponent doesn't play a 1-drop, I don't think I'm playing the Eric either. I have Flynn. I'll play Flynn on 2. Because even if they are control, this thing quests for 2 and gets a card out of their hand. So they're blue. Which means I probably want this beast. I think I ink this. and play. I probably should have inked Eric. Whatever, it's fine. Play this Flynn. Anyways, the problem I have with the blue decks is like they just run out of cards so fast. They have a bunch of cards that let them ink extra cards. This looks like a more aggressive slanted one. Do I want this? I want this. I think I'm playing Tinkerbell. Yeah, so here he gets the value hit of his 2/2 into my 1/2, except it's not value at all because he's gonna discard a card, and then I'm gonna play Big Tink. The problem with that though is like when I kill his X2, I don't get a value hit in with my Big Tink, so I probably just have to quest it after I play it. Because the 1/1 will finish it off. Did I finish my thought on the blue decks? Oh yeah, the only blue deck I really like are the blue steel ones, where like you play all this ramp, you play out your entire hand, and you cast Wheel of Fortune, or a whole new world, which is each player discards their hand, draw 7, and then you just have a bunch of threats. I think that deck is pretty good. Okay, sick. You played the Simba tapped. Yeah, so see, like I have this hook. It's a land. A lot of people like play their I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, they just ink their high drops early game because like I can't play this right now. Let's just ink it. It's like, well, those could be good cards later. I think I just hit the Simba. Or do I quest? I do. Honestly, think I'm just gonna quest. Okay, I did get kind of punished. I think I'm gonna ink this Kristoff. And I might play my 4 anyways. It's definitely not B, so I'm tanking here. Over I'm playing Mad Hatter or Hans. Hans gets punished by another Rapunzel if I just like ping something for one. But the Hans ping plus Tinkerbell hit does finish off Rapunzel, so that if I play this, they just can't quest with a Rapunzel. Well, I mean, I guess they could, because they have oh no, because I could just attack Tink into Simba and then attack my Hans into Rapunzel. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. I'm just gonna go for more board control. They're not playing Steel, so they also don't have Grab Your Sword. I think it's so funny that this card isn't inkable. Alright, and they're going in. And see, we're on 5, and we just have a bunch of 5 drops, so like that's the deck. So if I just quest with these, they do get a bunch of good hits in. I don't know if I want to do it anyways. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. They could theoretically like just send all their things into Tink. Apparently I'm the aggro deck now. This does turn on another Rapunzel. Especially like they could run Rapunzel into Hans and then draw 3. It could have like Hans the 2/2, but I feel like the that it'd super incentivize the 2/2 into my Tink. This deck actually looks kind of good now that I see Stitch. They haven't played like Fishbone Quill or whatever, which I think is kind of medium. Yeah. So maybe I shouldn't have like tapped my Hans, but I mean I am. This is 5, and then here's another Mad Hatter, by the way. So like as you can see, the Emerald cards really let you go aggro with this deck too, but it's like a kind of mid-range aggro. Oh yeah, that one's pretty good. I don't want team. I draw another 3 quester off the top. I think I just quest this. I could hit Simba, but then the pings aren't really doing much. Game's actually close. Yeah, because if I hit the Simba, then the Hades is gonna like eat my tank. And like if I quest, they have that trade on their turn, but I'm at 17. I'm going in. Woof. This deck looks pretty good actually. They managed to play a blue deck that just doesn't have 0 cards all the time. And I assume they have like a bunch of Hades and Let It Go, so I haven't seen a Cusco this entire time. So like Cusco off the top kill. Unless they get to the point where they have lethal next turn. Yeah. Yeah, so that's 7 plus 9. Hercules. Not really what I wanted. We don't have mana. We don't have mana for both. I think I was playing another beast here. Hopefully not hitting the mirror. I think I just lose if they have removal because this hits and then removal here, and then they quest, and then next turn I lose. But I think I'm just banking on dodging removal. They could also have like card draw. They're questing. So I assume they have the removal or they're just slow rolling me. Let's go. That was actually a really close game. They had like several draws there to beat me. A big game. That was game 1. We're back with game 2. Sorry about the cuts like in between games. It's like so hot in my room. I'm like chugging water between rounds. I think I keep this. We got the combo every time. I think I'm just gonna ink a Kristoff and pass. Also, the good thing about this deck I didn't mention, you only have 8 uninkables. And like, I don't think you have to play this card. And if you don't play this card, you're only uninkable Cusco. Which is sick. So yeah, if they're not aggro, we have a Flynn turn 2. If they aggro, we have Eric turn 2. Which is why I love this deck. That last game against Steel Amber was, sorry, uh, Blue Amber. I forget what blue is now. Sapphire Amber was definitely closer than I thought it should have been. So we have 2 little tinks, so we're just gonna ink one of those. Which, I mean, if our opponent's paying attention, we'll probably tell them we have it. So you could look at our Flynn and be like, okay, Flynn hits really well into Lilo. But then you have to ask yourself, what are they gonna do on their turn? And the best follow-up they have is Simba. I'm gonna play this Simba, or I'm gonna play this Prince Eric. Because if they have Simba, I'm gonna beat the Simba, my Eric's gonna still be alive, it's gonna threaten Lilo, or it's even gonna threaten to beat the second Simba if they play it. So like, this is my best play here. I don't know how I feel about like the 3 drops in this deck, because like I just ink them all the time, because like I'm usually just curving Tink into Tink. But I mean they have their moments. Hercules has come in clutch to protect my challengers. Even in top deck wars, there's still quest for 2. They just have another Lilo. Woof. And they don't quest, which I think they get super punished by having Big Tink. I guess they get 6 anyways. Have I only seen orange cards? I need to pay more attention to what they ink. So we get a pretty gross Tinkerbell on our turn, but they do get 6 damage in, or 6 lore, I guess. I guess I just could have quested my Eric. I kind of missed one there, but I was playing around Rafiki. um, kind of want the other big tank. I kind of feel like I can get there, Copium, if I change my mind later. They did ink a big Stitch, so that's good for me. I could quest this. Luffy will die if they attack it, and they're also just gonna. So theoretically, I should be at like 4 now. But I mean, like, if they had purple and they were Rafiki'd my Prince Eric, I'd feel so stupid. So I just didn't quest. Holy moly, they're going in. Um, yeah, I have a play here. I'm gonna ink this. I don't want to shift out another tank. I'd rather just go to 6. Um, so we have Tink kill this. And you're like, why would Tink kill this? It's so I ping this and Beast taps it down. And then they don't get the quest with this. See, so Beast is also an anti-aggro card, but it's also a 5-drop that quests for 2. And it also beats Lore Thief Aladdin. It doesn't outright beat it, you need to like combo shit with it. Oh, sorry. Stuff with it. Alright. And do I play this other tank? Or do I wait for them to play a 4th Lilo? I'm at +5. I'm gonna go 9. I can play Eric and Flynn. Kind of weird. I don't think I need another Eric. They scooped. Sorry, I didn't mean to slow roll you. I think I was just gonna ink the Tarek or Eric and play another tank there. But that's our aggro match. Let's go again. Maybe we'll get control. I do want to kind of show off a control game. We have another game here on the play. Yeah, just ink the entire hand, or not ink. I think I mulligan this entire hand. Wow, I really hope I'm not against aggro this time. Ink-a-tink, because I have 2. And yes. I think it is the same aggro deck. Yep. Okay, rip a 2 off the top. Nope. That's unfortunate. Turn 1 and 2, no plays. Let's go. Mulligan to full 7. Ruh-roh. So now I have to decide whether I'm playing Hercules or Little Tank. Guess it's critical. I'm gonna get rolled. At least I was on the play, so I'm not getting super rolled. And see, this is why I like these vanilla 3/3s a lot more. Oh, and Big Tank would have been great here. We're going to 11, oof. And then 13 off the LeFou. I think I definitely lose this game. We definitely run this into the 1-2 because it's just more valuable. And we pass, and they go to 14. Maybe these Hans get us there, I doubt it. Oh no, he has friends. Wish I had friends. He's on 4 mana, right? He's saying the friends. Woof. Big ol' Jafar. Got big tank. It's actually pretty good. It's a bit late. Maybe I should have played Herc, unironically. But I think I just have to slam big tank. Because now I don't have to attack into this Maleficent. The second pink's kind of wasted. I was gonna say if he just runs into my tank anyways, but I guess he doesn't have enough power. Unless he has more friends on the other side. Like, you can see why I really like these Hans. Because, like, another 3-3 would have to, like, hit into the units and I'd still be at 0 lore. But because I'm at 6, I have a reasonable chance of actually racing my opponent. Because I have 6 lore in play now. And having 6 lore in play and being at 6 lore is so much better than having 6 lore in play and being at 0. That's brutal. I don't have enough to finish off Rapunzel. Also, if they play a card here... let's see, they have +4 lore. Am I just going in on my turn? This Jafar should be a 4-5 now, right? The 3-5? Sure. So I was thinking, unironically thinking about going in, which was just like quest my guys play at Cusco. But they've set up lethal, so I do actually have to respect their board. So order matters here. You want to pig first to get the tank trigger. And then I think I'm just going after the Simba. You can see again why these Hans are sweet. I think underrated cards, like a $5 Canadian super. He's not Canadian, he's like, I don't know what you know what I'm trying to say. I was like, do I play Herc to avoid the value shade? But this is at 3 life, so I'm just playing a Cusco. But now I'm actually thinking, do I play this mirror? I do. I don't think it's gonna be that good. And I think we have to avoid Big Stitch. I didn't have the mana to play Hercules there. I definitely would have played a Hercules instead of the mirror, like ink the mirror, play Herc if they are both 2. Because I would have lethal. Okay, we have avoided Big Stitch. The reason Big Stitch was bad there is because they quest for 3. They just quest. They quest their Rapunzel, play a 3-drop, and say go. So because they quest their Rapunzel there, I do have to actually deal with their board. See, this is why I like Mirror, because I get to ink, draw, and you definitely want to draw first, even though my play this stream's like super obvious. It's like Hans your Rapunzel in with Tink. is we just drew a 5-drop. So instead of playing Hook this turn, we get to Slime Cusco. Let's do this. Select Rapunzel. Into Rapunzel. Take out the Maleficent so I don't die. They concede. And we would also Slime Cusco there. They don't have a way to win. And we would win that game. Alright, we're back with another game. I think I'm just gonna maul everything, but keep Steel Beast, why not? And we're going second, so we get to know if this hook is good or not. Hopefully we get a game against Ruby Amethyst so I could show what this matchup is. My opponent doesn't play a 1-drop here. I'm not gonna play a 1-drop here. Oh, they play Maleficent. Let's go. We'll ink one of these for sure. And we'll most definitely end up inking both. I mean, here's a hook. They could be on purple orange, amethyst amber. The amber usually referred to as orange or yellow. I actually have no idea. There's a Stitch, so they are purple orange. There's a LeFou, and they don't quest, which is, you know, probably smart. I don't have a 2-drop. We're gonna ink. I do have Tink combo though, so I mean, I'm pretty happy here. I guess I could have actually played the mirror, and the game could have gone really weird and gone to the point where I mirror. But I mean, whatever. If I play the mirror this turn, what am I inking? I guess another beast. I mean, honestly, I think a vanilla 4/4 is gonna end up being better this game. Man, they have quest for 4, and if they play Simba, that's rough. Because then Hook trades with Simba, and then they quest for another 4 going to 8, and then I tank them? Okay, whatever, that's manageable. I guess they could just be a beast. Roof. Little tink. Pass. Yeah, like just by having this hook, like this Maleficent has not quested. They're popping off. I definitely have shift tank into hit your 1. Request this just because I'm getting to 4 mana and the 4-drops are more impactful. Yeah, and then I just run tank into this and finish off Mickey. Send him to the Shadow Realm. Banish him. And then think about questing this hook to incentivize the attack. But then, no, that's awful. If they somehow had another tapped unit on their turn that I could run this into and finish off with the 2, sure, but no, that's not gonna happen. But now, if they just quest the aerial, Hook just finishes her off. And then I can start questing with my units. And I do have the combo in play if they start playing something scary, like a big Stitch. So on my turn, I think I might actually just play Steel Hans over Cusco. They quest, I think I'm not running Hook into it. I think I'm actually just running Tinkerbell into it and blowing up Stitch. Or am I? Am I lying? Yeah. I think I am lying. How bad is it for me if I quest this Inkerbell? Can I quest Tinkerbell? Okay, they're scooping. Alright, good game.